You know, ever since this scandal began a few days ago, Pearl has had a lot of criticism, but she's also had a lot of defenders. And one of the main ones, at least one of the more popular YouTubers, a black guy, is this guy here. He actually defends Pearl. We seem to have as many enemies within as we do without. In the end, most of our people won't make it, and we just have to come to grips with that and cut them loose. This is a guy who I'm sure YouTube loves his platform because he speaks for the dominant society. Oh, by the way, I just wanted to say that I've started listening to this podcast by this guy who I can only assume is a tether. He has a panel of guests on YouTubers, content creators, and of course, Pearl herself. And I guess it's supposed to be some sort of virtual roundtable discussion about what happened. I already get the vibe from him that he is exactly what Torian Rain would call defend the white girl. This girl had an avowed white supremacist on her show and made jokes about her own black staff. And by the way, people are saying that, oh, she hires black people. They're tethers. If you don't know what a tether is, look it up. They're not foundational black Americans. I know she's young, but still, you'd have to be a moron with an IQ of maybe 75 to not know that, right? Listen to what he has to say, and I'll include my captions as criticism.
All right, guys, so we got an interesting video here, interesting topic, involving another female red pill content creator. And they're upset with Pearl, okay? And the reason why they're upset with Pearl is because they're accusing her of racism, or put it this way, they're accusing her of, at the very least, platforming racism because she did an interview with Nick Fuentes, right? You know, the guy that's like banned from the internet because he's allegedly a white supremacist, even though he seems to kind of like black folks, right? He likes hanging around Kanye a lot, okay, and other black people. But I'm just saying, allegedly, again, this guy's banned from everywhere. I quite literally saw him get kicked out of CPAC with my own two eyes, right? It was pretty fascinating, but also kind of sad at the same time to see that you have somebody that quite literally is not allowed on any platform at any venue. One of the reasons why they got upset with Pearl is because Pearl has a large black audience, okay? She also has black employees. I believe she has a black boyfriend. You know, she's kind of thriving off of black viewership, right? And of course, that's going to create some jealousy, okay? People are not gonna like that because here we have this little white girl making money off black people, right? And again, people are gonna be jealous, they're gonna hate. Has really nothing to do with her skin color or really her sex as much as it has to do with her work ethic and the fact that she works very hard at what she does. She's clearly a smart businesswoman. But again, that comes with, you know, hate, right? And then what I mean by hate, I mean like jealousy more than anything, right? A lot of these guys that are so upset with Pearl Davis here for interviewing Nick Fuentes, they're just trying to find ways to try to bring her down because they're jealous that she is more successful than they are, right? A lot of these guys have been doing this manosphere / red pill thing for years, right? They don't have over 1 million subscribers. They're not getting the same relevance and views that she's getting. And they're jealous because she's white, right? And also because she's a woman and she came in and she dominated this space. She's racist. She's a closet racist, right? Again, forget her track record of, you know, all the, you know, having black employees, dating black men, being, you know, genuinely supportive of black people. So it seems, forget all that, right? Oh, she said that African immigrants work harder than Americans, right? And it's like, well, she didn't say black Americans. She just said Americans in general, okay? Which, again, whether you agree or disagree with that, to me, that's not necessarily a slight at so-called black people, right? Or descendants of slaves, right? It's not a slight at them. She's just saying, hey, in my experience, you know, I like my African employees, immigrant employees, because they tend to work harder. She did what everybody does when, you know, you get backlash from the mob, and she issued a groveling apology, despite the fact that, in my opinion, she did nothing wrong, right?
when I interview them. I don't go into interviews trying to interrogate someone. I just more try to listen and see where they're coming from.
Yeah, that's illegal in 2023, right? You can't listen to people who you disagree with politically, okay? Or that have different opinions than you, or opinions that are deemed to be extreme.
I, again, did not think through a lot of the repercussions of posting that, so I just removed it.
Again, another mistake. So you removed it because of mob backlash, right? You removed it because of mob backlash, but it's still on the internet. So effectively, what did you accomplish? Nothing.
So again, racism has no place in society, and I do take
again, she said all the things that they say, okay, when the mob comes after you. Oh, racism has no place in society. Again, this is pathetic, man.
I made bullet points of everyone's concerns, and I'm just addressing them. Okay.
Well, here's the thing. Again, you know, if this is what you was going to do in response to backlash, you should have thought more thoroughly before you brought them on, right? But if you're going to bring them on, don't bring them on, post it, and then apologize for it. Just accept that, hey, this is what I did, and just stand on your values and principles. And the reasons why you brought them on in the first place was that, hey, I want to see what does he say that's so bad, right? And I want to talk to him and understand why he believes the things that he believes.
Embarrassing.
You were making jokes, right? There's nothing cringy or embarrassing about it. You were making jokes like a normal person, okay? Again, there's no need to try to play this, oh, well, it was cringy, it was embarrassing.
Again, you know.
You can never be woke enough, right? Yeah, you want more Africans to come here, but again, because you can never be woke enough, that's not good enough. If you say something else that they don't like, they're going to crucify you on the woke altar. Again, she's learning this the hard way.
Nick Fuentes did say after, oh, I'm just giving you a hard time, I'm just kidding, okay?
Yeah, I mean, clearly it's a joke, right? But the woke revolutionaries can't take jokes. Again, that's the problem.
Malice or ill will. But, you know.
See, again, this is why the race issue will never solve itself. It's because of stuff like this, right? You got to walk on eggshells when you talk about certain people, certain races. But again, it's open season on people of, you know, other races or whatever. It's just, I mean, again, what's cringe is actually this apology, right? This apology is 100 times more cringe than the actual video. It's ridiculous. I don't even want to watch any more of it because I might throw up.